Hello, everyone. This is Alan Silva here, broadcasting from our studios here in Lemont, and for me and Catherine. This day has been enlightening, as we might say. We have we have dedicated our day to our cat, which is a person named Jesse, who has been with us for. He arrived in our lives.
14 years ago.
Okay, Catherine, let me you have to give me those dates. Speaking my mind, okay? So he arrived on us like out of nowhere when we decided to leave Paris and come to Lemont. And another day, today is the day that my colleague, friend, and an associate, Sonny Murray, has passed on his journey. We Buddhists believe that life is an incarnation, and how these entities move from one life to the next. Just like my cat, moving from one state to the same state. Sonny's case, he was a human being, so he'll be reincarnated, you understand, in a new body, a new person. But Sonny Murray is the person that we should remember. You know, the thing is that what makes Sonny Murray, like all human beings, kind of unique. And this uniqueness comes from the fact that we are human beings. The DNA code makes that way. Here on the internet, which is now the universal internet digital archives of our people. And there's so many people that don't understand that the internet is like one big human interrelationship program. You can say it's been instituted by the tech people. You can say it's been instituted by some dictatorships or whatever it might be. It's really some tech. You can sit in front of your camera and it will record and the image of Alan Silva and what he puts up in front of you. That makes it a piece of digital art in my sense, because I am Alan Silva, the digital artist. And the person that you see to the left, to the right, or wherever it might be, is Sonny Murray, who is another digital human being now. What I mean by digital is that we have transformed these photographs, made in another time, and digitalized them. And what we'll see in my little slideshow that we're going to show you before we begin working with Sonny Murray's music, which is another whole aspect of Sonny Murray as a drummer, a percussionist, theoretician, exponent of acoustics, an exponent, what I'm saying. A man who, in this music, improvised music, to come out on the drums on the ideal that improvisation in America was always based primarily on the individual. It was never based on the instrument. The instrument was just a vehicle for which the improviser can make his communications with the instrument itself. And in Sonny Murray's condition, an American artist, Afro-American, American, whatever that might be, his ancestry is deeply involved in the Afro-American experience. His mother and his father were I think his mother was coming from the Choctaw tribal group, and his father was coming from Africa. So in one sense, Sonny Murray is the perfect American artist. He's a blend of everything that what makes America, the European part, drum kits. He was working with drums. The drums were created in Europe and brought to the United States. All these instruments that you see, bass, drums, piano, all these are European instruments brought to America. How Americans have developed their different styles or different ways in which these instruments would be played. And Sonny Murray, being a drummer at the time. And why I'm saying this, because I'm a musicologist point of view of the personalities of American artists. I studied with Alan Lomax, and Alan Lomax was one of the few musicologists, American musicologists, who understood technology. The idea that the recording was now the means for which musicologists would record what the urban life was producing, what the urban life in America was producing. So the recordings, in one sense, whatever those recordings, radio recordings, people working on radio, those were archives, and those were now part of musicology, in fact. That's what he was saying, in a sense. So Sonny Murray and improvisation, like there was so much improvisation in America from the point of view of musicology's point of view. There was no stars. There was just a lot of musicians improvising throughout the United States during the 1950s, throughout the beginning with Louis Armstrong. So American music primarily was not recorded, which means we didn't know what these people were doing, but we kind of know that. Sonny Murray appears on the scene when recording becomes an art form. In fact, there's a document of these musicians. Not all musicians on the drum kit, for instance, is going back to the recording of that. So Sonny Murray presents himself in his first recordings as a drummer, trying to drum. Not trying to drum, he's working on something that does his expression. So that was what we have in there that I'm going to let that run for a minute. Slideshow. And contemplate that as we move into the next part of the show, which is the music itself. And we have collected a number of records from YouTube that fellow YouTube people have put up some of Sonny Murray's music in its full form. And I'm going to use some of that to highlight this program of this dedication to on YouTube, and I will post this on YouTube as well as Facebook. And this would be the beginning of a work here on YouTube about Sonny Murray and his contribution to this field of improvisatorial drum work. We call it percussionist, drummer, artistic in its sense. In the performance aspect, you'll see some of that with some photography, as well as hearing some of his works, and some of his works that will be presented here on this series on Sonny Murray. So I'm going to let you look a little bit at some of those pictures. Hello? Yeah, I'm finished. Yeah, I'm going to give you a full blast on the developments of this.